as Imam النووي رحمه الله تعالى يقول في كتاب الخوف من الله, the fear of Allah عز وجل, عن عائشة رضي الله تعالى عنها قالت سمعت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول يحشر الناس يوم القيامة حفاة عراة غرلا. Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم speaking about the resurrection day. He said صلى الله عليه وسلم, the people would be assembled on the day of resurrection barefooted, naked and uncircumcised. What does that mean, ya Jama'ah? Exactly. Born again. Just like when you were born that day. When you were born that day, organic, no change, no alteration to the creation at all. Everything perfect the way you were born. And then what? Why naked in particular? Why naked, ya Jama'ah? Because that you basically carry absolutely nothing from the dunya with you. I mean, you can hide nothing. You know, if you wear a shirt, you might hide something underneath, right? So you're hiding nothing. You can't even carry any valuables with you from the dunya. So you just come the way you are, the way you were created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So what would be your concern on that day, Jama'ah? When you come out resurrected like that, what would be your biggest concern? Jannah or Jahannam, right? Aisha radiallahu anha, when she heard the Prophet say that people will be naked, barefooted and so on, قالت قالنا يا رسول الله الرجال والنساء ينظر بعضهم إلى بعض. Like, whoa, like really? Men, women will be looking at each other? What would the Prophet responding to that? قال يا عائشة الأمر أشد من أن يهمهم ذلك. So on that day, they have so much to worry about than to think about doing that. Like the concern, they're consumed by the concern of what they're heading to, what they're getting themselves into, that they would even worry about looking at this or that. Like no one would be thinking about pleasure in that moment or any of that sort. Nothing. Because their mind is preoccupied with the hardest decision or the hardest position that they're going to be putting themselves into. SubhanAllah. So that tells us from this hadith is that when people truly put the taqwa of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in their hearts, the sense of, of fear of Allah Azza wa Jalla and reverence to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when you put that in your heart, you develop that sense of fear and sense of concern. Let me put it this way, sense of concern for the akhirah. Nothing in this world will distract you. When you see yourself being distracted a lot, like you start pursuing this pleasure and that pleasure, and whether it's a pleasure, for example, for money, a pleasure for position, for authority, for whatever that is. When you see yourself you're going this direction, that means the concern for the akhirah is not as strong. Make sure that you keep that in your mind and your heart so that you don't slip away from where you're supposed to be. We're not saying that you don't go and pursue what is halal for you. No, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made this halal for you, pursue the pleasure in the maximum you can in the halal way. Absolutely no problem with that. You have money, Allah bless you with wealth, enjoy it in a halal way. Alhamdulillah, you're married, enjoy pleasure with your spouse in a halal way. There's nothing wrong with that. But worry about doing it in a way that you're going to be responsible for on the Day of Judgment. That's what you're concerned, that concern stays in your mind and stays in your heart. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put that taqwa of Allah in our heart, Ya Rabbil Alameen. And keep that concern in our mind, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Wallahu a'lam. Any question, Jama'ah? Bismillah, enjoy the weather. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.